18 wins, and those wins have lasted, in all, a mere 40 rounds, and only one man has taken him even as far as the 5th round. He is indeed a young man with a mighty punch and a golden future. Frank Bruno's career is bubbling merrily, just like this jacuzzi. For once we found Frank with his feet up, and that's rare, for this young man knows that only hard work will take him where he wants to go. The physique would do justice to Mr. Universe. He builds his own body for just one purpose, to destroy other people's. So far, 18 men have fallen, most of them very quickly, to the sort of punching that British heavyweight boxing has lacked since the days of Henry Cooper's left hook. Bruno will destroy you with either hand.
Oh, he's got a KO, second round. Bruno does it again. Oh, there we are. Bang. 35 seconds. Bruno upright, a giant. Nielsen a big man, but crouching over and taken with the right hand early in the third. That was a left hook, and it's taken everything out of Jameson. Bruno has just shown the American public what he can do with a punch.
I know I'm going to be the heavyweight champion, so I'm trying to better myself, get more stronger, get more faster, and get more experience. Boxing's a very, very hard sport, and if you're not fit, you can get killed in the ring, you know, so I'll try and get myself as fit as possible. I could be a superhero if I win the heavyweight championship of the world. I believe in God, you know, everybody's got someone to believe in. Pray every night. I don't go to church every Sunday. I just pray to God every night to be heavyweight champion of the world. That's what I pray.
When did you first realise that you could become a very good boxer?
After the first time I went to Terry Lawless's gym.
You never felt it as an amateur?
I felt it as an amateur, but I didn't have confidence in myself. You know, when I went to Terry's gym, he just gave me a lot of confidence.
The first time he impressed me was in the last round of the ABA finals in 1980, when, as an 18-year-old, he was completely sold out, no win, nothing left at all, and he was hanging in there for dear life and trying. And to see a big man do that at 18 is very rare. Usually they take the easy way out and hold and look for the floor or whatever, but he was trying, really trying for his life there. And that made me really impressed.
Linda, 6'5".
Killed Linda, right.
Killed Linda. Killed Linda. 5 dogs, 6 fivers, 57.
12 times killed Linda.
Yeah, killed Linda 12-2.
Yeah.
Bruno is celebrated enough already to top the bill outside the boxing arena. At Catford's famous Gold Collar meeting, he draws more attention than the dogs on the track. It's all part of the publicity build-up that you get when you're a gold-plated pugilist.
Looking for them at 8 o'clock this morning, they weren't on show. No one could get up at 8 o'clock.
Are you a greyhound man? You go. This is your first.
This is my first time, yeah. You do doggy bags, that's how you come, yeah?
He's a very quiet man, very shy man, and I suppose a loner. He comes to me with his problems, and I try and help him where I can. You know, he's a very natural, clean-cut kid, and I try and protect him from doing anything that would change that impression. But once it gets to the Super League, then it would be impossible for one person, I would think, to control it totally.
Hey, John, Ali, 20 pounds on number 2, whatever that is. What is it? Bassett.
How's his coach to come back?
The rabbit's gone up.
Rabbit what? What? The rabbits what?
There is that next. That's right, you've got that few dinner in it.
You sure that ain't gonna bite, John?
You're looking at Frank Bruno growing up in the heady world of stardom. He's only 21, but already he's light years removed from the naive amateur of 1980.
Did they come out or not?
I can make myself into a big star, you know, and the public's behind me, and I like to keep them behind me. So you've got to entertain the public. It makes me feel good in a way, but sometimes it can get on your nerves because you can't have your private life and everybody's keep knocking at your door and everything. But it's nice. It's good. When it stops, that's when I have to hurry.
What's that one, Phil?
Oh, I missed that. It was luck. Okay.
He's even crashed the music business, playing a Dockland gangster in this pop. Playing the tough guy in real life has its problems. Bruno has this permanently damaged knuckle. The penalty must pay for the power of his punch. He goes for regular treatment to the West Ham Football Club.
That one there's better, is it?
Yeah.
You were getting a little bit of trouble with that one as well, weren't you?
It still hurts a little
Just
bit,
a little
Rob,
bit,
yeah.
mainly on the pressure.
Right.
But it'll be all right on the night, Frank.
That's right, mate.
I would term it a boxer's knuckle, whereas a footballer would get more leg injuries, ankle, knees. With the boxer, most of his injuries come either from his fist or his shoulder. With Frank, you've got to realise that not only does he box in the ring, but he does about 40 rounds of sparring every week and punch bag work. So it's like a thing that would be with him, but as long as he keeps it loosened out and he keeps looking after it, which he does do, it won't bother him too much. It'll bother the other people more than him, I can assure you.
The special East End relationship between Bruno's manager, Terry Lawless, and the West Ham club brings other advantages for the young fighter. He's always welcome to join the team during training. But the real grinding work is done in the stark surroundings of Canning Town, London's East End Dockland, a tough district that's bred many good fighters. It's where Terry Lawless has his famous gym above the Royal Oak pub. Bruno, on the right, is sparring here with the veteran American pro, Leroy Caldwell. Caldwell's been brought over at considerable expense for 3 weeks to give Frank the sort of useful workout he can't get against the local produce. Lawless has an impressive record, having produced 4 world champions. He doesn't normally like taking on the big men, but Bruno is the exception.
Get over the front foot. Get over on it now, 2 feet now, 2 feet. Now bend, bend. I don't really like working with heavyweights. I like the finesse of boxing. Much easier to work with little guys. Big fella, it's so much his brute strength. You know, the general public have no idea how strong these men are. But until you've seen Bruno in the flesh, you know, you're looking at a 16-stone man that is almost chiseled out of marble. And I don't think the men in the street have any idea how powerful he is, how just a touch could floor your eye or anybody else that's around, just one touch. He punches from the top part of his body. He doesn't use his feet. I try and make him watch golfers and show them how they use their feet to get power through the ball. And he's aware of it, but doing it is another thing.
Well, when you back him on them ropes, right? He's going like that, he's going like that, going like that, rolling on the ropes. You're jabbing, then when you throw the left hook to the body, you're dropping it right low. And that's when he's going clip with the right hand. Right? So don't drop it low, just stay there, slip, over the top. Come right, because he's got his right hand waving all over the place, you go right round. Right, round hand's going to go under there.
You know when I'm on the rope?
Yeah.
You, that's you. That's what you should do.
Yeah.
You know, step to the one side or the other. Don't go straight back. So sometimes the rope will give the guy a push. Just help the guy. You know, you get caught with your straight.
I think he's the strongest heavyweight right now that's coming up I've ever seen. I think he bypasses guys that no more experience than he have, you know. Frank, as far as I'm concerned, is right there in the top now with the guys in the top 10s is rated pretty high, you know. The guy's very strong and he trains like a mad dog, you know. I never saw anybody train so hard, you know, to just coming up like that. He trains like he's fixing to fight for the world title right now.
Do you ever wonder why you can hit people so hard and you do it with either hand?
Right.
That's the great thing about
Yeah.
it. Does it ever surprise you that you've got this ability? You wonder where it comes from?
It doesn't surprise me because I think if you spent a month with me, you know, training, you could see why. It doesn't surprise me that I could hit so hard, you know. It doesn't surprise me at all.
Lots of young men with your sort of physique try and can't do it.
Yeah.
They don't ever get that. But you seem to have a gift for it.
I just work every day, you know, and I just thank God for it, you know. If you just work, if you want something in life and you want to be something in life, you just work and go for it, as they say in America. Just go for it.
When the bell goes,
Yeah.
and they get out of the ring,
Right.
Terry goes, and you are on your own now. Now, what happens then? Is there a sort of automatic pilot that takes over? Or
No,
are you still thinking?
When you're going into the ring, Terry or Jimmy or Frank's always pumping you up, you know, and telling you how you're going to suss the guy out, how you're going to do him. And when they go out, you just concentrate on what you've got to do and remember what they say. You think about the opponent, what sort of style he is, what you could do to him, what he could do to you. Sometimes it goes through your mind that you might not win the fight, but that's why you train so hard.
He's come forward a lot quicker than I anticipated. I didn't think it would be anywhere as quick as this. He's still got a lot of faults that I'd like to see corrected, but he's getting away with what he's got. He's such a tremendously strong man, so naturally strong. When he does the things that I'd like to see him do, you know, I'd like to see him use his legs a little more. I don't think that the front, say, 10 rows of the ringside will be safe because I can see him lifting people over the ropes with the power that he's got. But he's doing quite nicely, thank you.
Last week at Wembley, the American Bill Sharkey became victim number 18. Almost 2 stones lighter and dwarfed by Bruno, Sharkey wasn't around long enough to teach Frank anything. Nobody yet knows whether he can come through a really long and hard fight.
The big thing what he's not learning at the moment is how to pace himself. Now, if you're talking about professional boxing, it's all about pacing yourself. We don't know what he's going to be like after 8 rounds. He's an heavy muscled guy, and guys who carry a lot of muscle, they tell me they burn, I never had a lot, so I wouldn't know, but they tell me they burn a lot of oxygen and energy up. He might be knackered after 8 or 9 rounds, you don't know, so they're the things we haven't seen him do yet.
The other thing we haven't seen is we haven't seen anybody land a really good punch on him.
Well, there was one about, 2 or 3 fights back, wasn't there, where he did take one good right-handish punch, and he looked as though he absorbed it pretty well and came back well at the kid. No, but as you say, the thing we've got to see is what's he like under pressure. We've seen him doing all the attacking, him going forward, landing big punches. What we've got to see is now what he's like under pressure, if he can come back and win after being put under pressure.
Bruno himself gets frustrated. He wants fights to go further. He's looking for someone to prove himself against. That someone could be Joe Bugner.
I want that fight because he can stand up on his feet. You know what I mean? He's got the experience. He knows how to mess about a youngster, you know what I mean? And he's 17 stone. He's much more heavy than me. And he's bound to go at least 5 rounds, the Bugner fight, you know? He's bound to gain some experience. You know, as long as I keep my feet on the ground and don't, you know, do a Michael Dokes, you know, and start being a playboy and everything like that. I should build up all the time because I'm still 21.
Yeah.
If Bruno's good enough, the sky's the limit, and Britain will have the world heavyweight champion. Bill Sharkey's 2 minutes with Bruno were long enough to judge the big man's potential.
Your guy is an awesome puncher, I'll tell you that. I boxed with even the guys I hadn't fought. I fought Weaver and a lot of I fought Knutzy, who was definitely a hard puncher. But I boxed with George, every big heavyweight there was. I boxed with George Foreman even. This guy is an awesome puncher. He's comparable, very comparable to George Foreman in punching.
Believe me, I've been hit by Ernie Shavers, George Foreman, Big Cat Cleveland Williams, and there's no difference in those guys in his punching.
So at last we've got one, have we? We've got
one. All you got to do is bring him on, take care of him like you're doing. You got your champion.
I think the heavyweight championship of the world is the pinnacle, is the #1 spot in sport.
Thanks to you, baby, thanks to you. I want to thank you for
I've been to Vegas and I've seen lots of top show business stars and people haven't taken much notice. But you'll see an Ali or a Joe Frazier or Larry Holmes and everybody will make way and there comes the champ.